What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pro Gamer Manager. This is the FPS Career Mode, part 19. We're almost at 20, guys. And in the last episode, trying to remember, we were just finishing up this knowledge. Got 3 more points to go. We're still stuck on the bench for the team, if I can get to the career side. So we're still on the bench for the team. We didn't quite win a tournament the last time we played as well, and we're still pressing towards that eventual Platinum League, kind of dancing around this ranking at the moment. So something that a lot of people have been talking about, and I spoke about in, I think it was the last episode, maybe the episode before, we are going to be leaving our team at the moment and looking for a new one. So that's going to be the big thing this game, or this day, is we're leaving the team and we're looking for a brand spanking new team that can support us in a good way and get us to the point where we want to go eventually, which is, being at the top. So I know there is an option to hire an agent who will get you in touch with pro-level teams, but I don't want to go for the pro-level route yet because I know for a fact right now we're not in a position where we are good enough to start for a pro team, so instead we would just be sitting on the bench again. I'm looking for more of a position where we can actually start and get some action in there and hopefully get some playing time. But I know a big thing that it always talks about when it tells you that you're going to be spectating is that they want you to watch how they play. So I'm not sure exactly how long that takes. I think that was a lot easier to get around before when the seasons were shorter. Now that the seasons are double the length, with them being 14 games, I think that there's a lot more sitting and waiting to actually get some playing. I don't know if the length is exactly the same in career mode. I know in manager mode it is the 14 now, but it may still be the 7. But even 7 is a long time to wait in order to get any kind of playing time, because it's like, I get it, you want the player to see exactly how your team plays and the way that your players communicate with each other and the way that they like to do different types of plays and things like that, and how they like to do things like flanking and how they like to take on objectives. But there is a certain spot there where you're like, all right, well, give me one shot. If we're in a spot where it's not like our make or break moment with this one game, give me a shot. Let me play once. Let me show you that I've been watching and learning what you've been showing me and that I can play well. And, if they give you that shot, that's the point where they can kind of evaluate what you've learned. But if they never give you an opportunity to evaluate yourself at all, or they don't ever give you an opportunity to actually show what you have, I don't see the progression there. And that is one thing that I am very kind of a stickler in this mode, is there's not enough there's not enough control over exactly what you can do. So I know there has been people in the comments talking about how grindy this game is, and yes, this game is very grindy. I've spoken about it in past parts. This game is extremely grindy. It takes a long time to get to a really good place. We're at part 19 right now. Yeah, 19, and we haven't even hit Platinum League. We have gotten to the highest rank house. But that's 19 episodes, right? 19 episodes, and we're at this point, Sure, there might have been some things that we could have done better, but still, it's like, how much can you really do better more than what you're doing right now, But, we will see. Hopefully we can get, into Platinum League in this episode. I would love to. I think we're close, man. I think we're right around the corner. If it's top 1,000, we're still right around the corner from it. It's got to be top 1,000. We're at 1,847 at the moment, so we're a couple of wins away. If we can just get a nice little win streak going, we're gonna be right there at Platinum League, ready to go, ready to to make things happen. But, you know, we're having situations like this where we win one, lose one, win one, lose one. It's like, that's one of the tough things about this type of game. Like a simulation type of game is there is not enough control over how you do in a game, right? It's just kind of roll the dice, hope you win. If you lose, well, guess what? Now you just wasted time. Because at this point, we've kind of hit the position where we don't need to get, we don't need the fans, really. We don't need the points. What we need is just the rank. We're just trying to grind up, get into that platinum level, and make something happen here, you know? And until that happens, I feel like we're just not going to get a lot of exposure. Until we can start getting into Platinum League, I think a lot of teams are going to look at us a little bit hesitantly, that we're not really showing what we're really worth yet. So hopefully we can get to that point eventually. We're kind of just, we're just dancing around this place. This has been the last, like, 3 episodes. It's just been the same way. This win 1, lose 2, win 1, lose 2. You know, just slow progression up to where we are at now. And, you know, it is progress, which is excellent to see. You know, it's not like we're really falling too far behind when it comes to what we're doing right now. But, again, like, I can understand why people can dislike. So I did look at the Steam profile for this just the other day, and like many people had predicted, with such an early release from this game, even when they released, there was no official like release patch. There was nothing like that. The game is still in the same version as it was 2 weeks before the patch happened. You know, it's in the same version as it was like 2 weeks before they released, when they officially announced the release date. So this is something that worries me. Hopefully what it means is they're just going to come out with a big patch in like the next week or so, and it's just going to be, you know, a big one like it was a couple of patches ago. And that's what's taken them like 3-4 weeks to do. But, you know, this is one of the big worries that I have, is the game has not gotten great reviews. You know, and this was one thing that a lot of people were saying, and that I agreed with people saying, is like recruit defensive entry fragger. 23.52 a week. That's less than I was making before. Can I talk? Can I do anything? I can only sign or refuse. This is alright, so this is one thing that I also is a little pet peeve of mine. There's not enough information. There is literally no information here. They're telling me what they'd like me to be, and you would not want to miss this chance. That doesn't tell me anything. That doesn't tell me what your current, and they tell me the salary, but that still doesn't mean a lot. This salary could mean that the team is not a great team. And does that mean I'm going to play? I don't know. I'm overranking all the players I was on the team with before, and I never got a shot to play. So it's just one of those things that kind of irritates me with this. And this is going to be an episode of a little bit of talking about my feelings this episode about this game. Because I was thinking about looking at the reviews and stuff like that earlier. We're going to sign it, and hopefully we're the only entry fragger on this team. So hopefully that means we're going to actually get playing time. But still, we're not even listed as the starter, which I think is extremely stupid. The guy who's listed as the starter isn't even on this team. He's not even on this list. So I don't know what that means. I have no clue what that means. So, but, like I was saying before, we'll find out here and probably sometime towards the end of the episode, is one of my biggest pet peeves of this game so far, I wasn't talking about pet peeves. I was talking about the reviews. So the reviews. So, it was mostly positive on Steam, with quite a few reviews before it released. When I checked the other day, it's gotten a lot of bad reviews, a lot of them. And that was one of the things that a lot of people were talking about. The game, in my opinion, was not in a finished state. It was still in a beta state. I'm trying to wrap my head around the reasons the devs felt that they needed to release it at the time. You know, like, if it was a game, right, and if this was the time before early access games, before Steam greenlights and all that kinds of stuff, right? If this was the time before that point, I could understand why they want to release the game. But the game had already been greenlit. The game was on early access on Steam. There is no reason at all that you should not have continued to just work on the game, right? A prime example of this is the game Rust, right? Rust is a game that I picked up probably 2-ish years ago when it first had come out on alpha. Way back when it had zombies and things like this. And I'm really getting, and I didn't mind the game back then, didn't play a huge amount of it, but now I'm loving Rust, right? Love Rust. It's a whole bunch of fun. But what the thing is, the game is still in an alpha. And the reason why it's still in an alpha is, I think about a year ago, or like a year, maybe a little less than a year, they completely redid the game. And they did the game in a style that I really enjoy now. And it's a lot more kind of hardcore survival, a lot tougher. And I like that. I didn't like the zombie feel. The zombie feel felt like it was just trying to be DayZ. And it was trying to be H1Z1. And all those kinds of games. I just felt like that's what it wanted to be. So some random guy's taking my spot. Son of a bitch! Ugh. Apologize for the cursing. I know I don't like cursing in these videos. But that's just frustrating, man. But yeah, so a game like Rust, a game has completely gotten reset from where it was before, and the game is still in alpha. This is over 2 years since it first released in open alpha. This game is still in alpha. And you know what? That's okay. Some people are like, man, this game's never going to release. Yeah, it may not, but this is my feeling towards it. At least they didn't release the game unfinished, right? They didn't release the game before they felt like it was finished and the community felt like it was finished. Everybody had let these guys know the game is great, but the game's not done. Why release it? And I worry that maybe they had gotten to the point where they didn't feel like putting anything really new in, and they just wanted to release the game as it was. It had gotten enough hype, and they felt like they could release it. No! You know, you're going to keep the hype growing if you make the game what people are putting feedback in for, right? The idea behind the game is great, but it's not ready. And because of that, they're getting a lot of bad feedback from it, and I'm afraid, I am really afraid that because I know, right, when you're, in my example as a YouTuber, right, people are going to comment in the comments, and sometimes the comments aren't the nicest things, right? Sometimes people don't say a lot of really nice things. Sometimes they say amazing things, right? Sometimes they say great stuff, and it to me, that's a great feeling. When someone says, you know, that they really enjoy what you're doing. You know, I'm so happy that someone enjoys what I'm doing. Because guess what? I enjoy making this for you, right? That's what I like, right? It's like a two-part thing here. I enjoy making it for you, and I hope that you enjoy watching it, right? That's the hope every time I record, is that whoever is watching this is going to enjoy watching it. So what I worry about in this situation is I know they read these reviews on Steam. I know they do. And what worries me is that they're gonna take it to heart too much. You know, no matter how you want to put it, you're always going to take it to heart no matter what. You know, no matter what. It's always going to kind of bug you, right? When someone says something. It'll bug you less if it'll bug you more if you let it, right? But no matter what, it's going to bug you on some level. And you know, when that's the case, that sucks. You know, I don't like it when that's the case, and I wish it didn't bug me. But what I worry is they're going to take it to heart, and it's going to bug them too much, and they're going to give up. They're going to give up, and they're just going to call it quits on the game, and they're just going to move on to whatever next project they want to do, right? And they're just going to say, you know what, this game just wasn't what we wanted it to be. We hoped it was going to be something better. It didn't end up being something better, and because of that, we're just going to quit on it, and that's going to be that. And if that happens, that's a shame, because this game has so much potential. It has so much potential and so much room to grow, and just a bigger audience to really introduce it to. And if they quit on it, that's their loss. You know, that's their loss, and that's the community's loss right there. And wow, this gold must literally go down to forever, because we're ranked 332 now. I know the video is going a bit long here, and the video is gonna go a little bit long here, but I want to get to Platinum League in this episode. We're not gonna quit this. If this becomes a 20-minute video, our pistol rounds, I agree. Let's improve pistols. We're gonna get to Platinum this episode. I don't care if the video goes for 30 minutes. We are gonna get to the Platinum League this episode. There's no more messing around. We spent too long in Gold League. Too many episodes in Gold League. It's time to move on and get to the next level and do something good with our lives here. There we go. Rank 54 now. Platinum League. There we go. We'll push this button here so it knows we did that. And gear. Bam. We have unlocked the third gear here. The Game Master 1337, the Ultra Keyboard, Ultra Mouse, Ultra Monitor, and the CPU. Superb stream quality and best gaming performance. There you go, folks. We have gotten to where we want to be at. Rank 54 in the world. And hopefully, this leads to bigger and better things. But I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. If you have a comment, question, or concern, leave it in the comments section below, and I will see you guys in the next episode.